everybody. So it's been a while since I've updated. We have been getting settled here in Texas, and we are currently in the Denton area at a KOA. This KOA is okay. It's actually not as good as a lot of the other KOAs we've been at. So we are going to move in December, and we're going to be in Arlington, which is where my job is currently. I got a job at Applebee's. So in December we'll be in Arlington, which will be nice. Alex will be coming down in December, and that'll be really cool to see him. It's been a while. But I wanted to kind of give you guys an update on how it's been living full-time in an RV. It's been about 2 months now, so I feel like kind of got the hang of some things. Pros. So living in a trailer full-time, it is super easy to just pack up and leave if we don't like a place. You know, just set everything down, you know, like my TV and stuff like that, and then hitch up to the car and just kind of drive away, which is nice because especially because we're trying to figure out what area of Texas we want to be in by land. So being able to just kind of pick up and go, so we can like travel and see the areas and see what we like, we don't like, and things like that is really useful. A con for that is that it is expensive to move this trailer. When I'm towing with the Equinox, I get about 190 miles to the gallon, or to the tank, I mean. And my tank is about a 17-gallon tank, so I get about 8 miles a gallon. So everything is super far away in Texas. It's like huge, obviously. But it takes a while to get anywhere, and you travel a lot of distance. So when you're only getting 8 miles to the gallon, which is actually decent for towing, I feel like. But when you're only getting 8 miles to the gallon, it definitely adds up your gas expense to get somewhere. Another pro is that when we're staying at these KOAs for a month, you know, we do get a discount, which is great. But they have laundry facilities, so I just, you know, pack up my laundry, put it in the back of my car, and I drive it up and do my laundry and then come back. And they also have showers in the KOAs, and usually the laundry and the showers are right next to each other, so you can like put a load of laundry in, go take a really long hot shower, come back, switch your laundry out, and then go back over and, you know, blow dry your hair, straighten it, do whatever you need to do, get ready for the day. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really waste as much time. It's kind of like doing your laundry at home, except you're not at home, but you can still do things while you're doing your laundry if you plan your showers that way. I don't always shower at the KOA showers. Probably every third shower I'll go over there and do like a nice long hot shower and just kind of relax and have all the extra elbow room. Now, con for that kind of is the same as the plus, but you have to do laundry mats. So when you're living in a trailer, you could get a washer dryer combo unit. Some come with them. Mine obviously doesn't. It's very small. I wouldn't want to put one in here. But I've heard a lot of negative reviews about them where, you know, you can only do really tiny loads, which for me would be fine as a single person. You can only do really tiny loads, which is fine for me as a single person, but for other families or people who have, you know, more than just one person, it can take a long time. And I've also heard that they don't really dry. So at that point, what's the point of having a washer dryer combo if you can only really wash them and have to hang dry your clothes anyway? At that point, I'm just gonna pay the laundromat to dry them. But I do have to go to the laundromat. I can't just be in my trailer with the dogs. I have to take all my stuff out of the trailer, go down to the laundromat, do my business, and then come all the way back. So sometimes it can make doing laundry kind of annoying. More annoying than doing laundry in general, because laundry's not fun. Another pro to living full-time in the trailer is that cleaning is very quick. I can get my trailer clean in like 20 minutes. That means scrub the bathtub, the toilet, the sinks, done the dishes, wipe down the counters, you know, clean the windows, vacuumed, all that stuff. I can get that done in like 20 to 30 minutes because there's such a smaller space, which is great. But you also have to clean more often, so there's a downside to that too. Harley, it's okay. But I can easily just take a couple minutes, wipe everything down, and call it good, and be just fine. Cleaning is definitely a lot quicker and makes it easier to do it more often when it's quicker than having to spend like 2 hours on a house or something. Another con or negative, whichever, drawback, whatever word you want to use for it, is that travel trailers have such small water tanks, which is understandable because there's only so much space. You don't want to carry a ton of water, blah, blah, blah. But I think mine's like 5 gallons. And you can get the special shower heads that like save your water conserving. You can like turn it on and off and stuff. And I bought one that you can turn on and off, and it also has like a little vacuum inside of it that helps give you more water pressure, which is awesome, and helps you save water too. But even at that point, my showers are still quicker than I would like them. If I want to last with hot water the whole shower of like 10, maybe 15 minutes depending, I definitely have to turn it off. If I'm just jumping in to like soap up my body, wash my hair real quick and go, probably like 10 minutes, not a big deal. But it does make showering different because it's smaller water heater, which means I have less water. It's a smaller space, which means I have to kind of like maneuver around a little bit. But it's nothing super horrible or something that really drives me insane. It's just something that's an adjustment. I've always taken really long showers, so kind of learning to conserve water is best for the environment as well, and you know, kind of suits my lifestyle now. Alright, so another pro is that everyone has been really friendly, from the staff that works at the places to you know, your neighbors. You'll be walking the dogs and everyone wants to wave and say hi, and we found that pretty much anywhere at all the RV parks we've stayed at. We've only had a couple negative experiences, but for the most part everyone's been really friendly, and it's kind of nice. It makes you feel more included and all that stuff, and you don't have to worry about your jerk of a neighbor, you know, or whatever, because everyone's pretty friendly. And my neighbor is my parents, so I only have to deal with one. A negative is that fixes for the trailer come up often. My parents are having issue with some of their electrical in the trailer. They thought they were able to get it fixed. That didn't work, so it's still kind of going wonky on them. They had an incident where the pole for the black tank broke off of the outside, so my dad had to go under there and like replace it, and it still is having some issues and stuff. But with trailers, fixes come up all the time, and it's a constant project. My fridge still doesn't have the trim around it, and I have towels stuffed into it to keep the wind from coming through the back ventilation system. You know, so even I have things that are still having to be fixed and stuff in mine, but definitely always a project. Luckily it's a small project because my trailer's not that big. A positive is that we can always take our dogs anywhere we go. So if we went to another part of Texas for a few days to visit, I can hook up the trailer and go and find somewhere to park and have Harley with me and Max with me. They can stay in the trailer, they'll be fine, they don't have to be stuck in the car all day. And if we have to, like, instead of getting a hotel, we can have our own house to be in, which is really nice, especially because we're planning a trip to Nashville, hopefully soon, fingers crossed. And at that point, you know, yeah, it would be quicker and probably a little bit cheaper to get down there to fly, but we can't just leave the dogs. And I'm not flying my dogs. I'm not a big fan of just fly your dogs around for pleasure. So I'll be driving my trailer down, at least. Whether my parents choose to fly or not, it's up to them. But I'll be taking the trailer down. I'll have my house. I'll have somewhere for my dogs to be while we're out and about, and I don't have to worry about hotel damage expenses or a hotel that might not let dogs in, trying to find a hotel that's nice that does let dogs in, because usually if the hotel allows dogs, they're not really the nicest places, which I can kind of understand because some dogs can be destructive. Mine tend to not be. Harley does still attack my pillows every now and then, but that's another story. So we can take the dogs pretty much everywhere we go. It just takes us a little bit longer to get there. Speaking of dogs in your RV, One of the negatives is that we don't have a yard that we can just let the dogs out into play. Right now we have this setup where we have long leashes and they're fabric, and we tie them to either like the stairs on the trailer, or we tie them to the door handles or the picnic tables, and we have them out there on leashes, which technically most KOAs you're not supposed to do it. A lot of them are pretty lenient as long as your dogs behave. Max just lays in the sun all day and does nothing. Harley does, you know, run around a little bit, but they can wrestle out there, but they get tangled a lot. You know, it's not the same as being able to have a fenced yard or a dog door that you can just let them out, or they can go out whenever they want. It's a lot more of a process. You have to think more about it, about them, and plan ahead a little bit more. My goal is to get a couple of dog pens. I've seen people get away with it here at the KOAs, so I'm assuming it's fine. But they'll get a couple of dog pens and they'll hook it around their door to like the back side of the trailer, to a fence that they've backed up into or whatever at the KOA. So there's like a sectioned off area in their space where they can just let the dogs into the pen. So that's my goal, to get that at the next KOA we're at, because we will be backed up against a fence. So I can have the dog pen, you know, go from one side of my door all the way down to the fence, and then have some boards underneath the trailer so she can't get out. But yeah, a little extra step, you know, compared to what we're used to. We used to just have the dog door and let the dogs come and go as they please. You know, now I have to be mindful on how long I'm out, because I don't want to leave the dogs in here for 10 hours without being able to go outside and go to the bathroom, especially because Max drinks a lot of water, so usually has to pee first thing I get back from work. For my last positive, I mean, there's obviously more, but we don't want to sit here for like 30 minutes just talking about this boring stuff while I'm sitting here. It's not very entertaining. But my last positive is that living expenses are way down. My rent for the trailer is $5.50 at the KOA, plus my electricity, but that includes water, sewer, trash, my space. And my space, I can fit like 2 cars, so I've got a lot of space because my trailer's so small. But a lot of them have the amenities like the showers and the laundry. Laundry you pay for, showers are free. Sorry, they're filling in potholes here at the KOA. But most KOAs also have little stores in the office, which is nice. You can have packages delivered to the office. Let's see, am I forgetting anything else? The next KOA we're going to be at, usually most of them have pools, but this one also has fire pits. They have activities on weekends. They have a covered pavilion with grills. They have cornhole and rope-a-dope, you know, things like that. A lot of them have all these amenities, which is nice. But I'm still paying $5.50 for my space for the whole month, plus my electricity, which is probably like $100. It's 7 cents a kilowatt, so we'll see how much I use. But compared to like being in an apartment where it's like $1,000 minimum to be in an apartment, you know, it kind of, plus you have to pay your water, your sewer, your electricity, your garbage, all that, you know, cable. We get cable here, 92 channels. Not like I have mine hooked up, I use Apple TV, but there's that option. So, you know, my living expenses are way down. Gas is only like $2.09 to $2.39 depending on where you're at. So super cheap, which is great, which is needed because you go way farther, so you use more gas. So I feel like I'm still spending the same amount in gas, but it's cheaper every time I fill up, so it makes me feel better. But yeah, living expenses are down. While I am paying more than I used to, because I used to live with my parents, I'm paying more now, but I still am able to be on my own, whereas in Washington I probably would not be able to get an apartment or anything like that. So cost to live here is down, so is your minimum wage though, so keep that in mind. And my last con is going to be that there are temperature extremes in the trailer. It's not insulated very well, so it can go from really cold at nights to really hot. And just finding that balance. You know, I have an oil heater, which is great, uses less electricity, heats up my space really well. And that one I just keep on kind of like a low to help keep the chill off at night, because it does get cold here. We just had a little spell of like 28 degrees at night recently, so that was awesome. Right now it is currently 75 and sunny, so I mean, weather's bipolar here, which it still is in Washington. I did feel like just a little bit more extreme. But yeah, the trailer isn't insulated very well. so it kind of is very susceptible to the weather, especially because my fridge isn't fixed yet, so I get some air coming through there when it blows really hard outside. So yeah, things you live with. Well, that's all I have for right now. Hopefully I'll be doing more interesting things soon. We'll see. Probably not gonna happen. I'm really broke right now. But the holidays are coming, so that'll be fun. We'll have some adventures there. I didn't want to end on such a negative note, I guess. I did my pros and cons backwards. I should have started with cons, so I ended with a pro. But I really have been enjoying being here. The weather makes me very happy. Less seasonal depression out here. The sun comes out more often, so it definitely helps keep your spirits lifted. Feeling the sunshine is amazing. Yeah, other than that, we're just looking for property. We're excited to decide on our area and hopefully get going here soon. I'm working right now, making enough money to, live with a little extra. Hey! Shh! I'm talking. Making a little bit more money. But that's life. Part of being an adult is having to work and make money and pay your bills before you can go and buy all the Christmas decorations that you want to do for your trailer. So I'll probably do a video about, decorating my trailer for Christmas. I'll probably do a setup and breakdown video on our next move. So just things like that are coming up. I hope everyone is doing well and having a great holiday season. See you guys.